Welcome to Dance to Heal, Transformation Through Movement with your host, Jenny C. Cohen. Join Jenny as she shares stories of how dance and movement can bring healing in a way that is safe and tailored to your life. She's a cancer survivor, mother of two, and an award-winning performer who found that movement was vital to her recovery. Creator of Dance to Heal Wellness, Jenny will bring new techniques to help you on your dance journey and healing path. Are you ready to move? Dance to Heal, Transformation Through Movement starts now.
Welcome. So, it's October, and it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's a bittersweet month for me. I am 6 years cancer-free, and I also, at the same time I celebrate my survival, I stand in memory of my sisters who didn't make it. So I'm a little emotional today because, there's happiness and also there is longing in my survivorship. I wanted to speak about how much healing really was facilitated by my movement during my treatment today. I think it was the tipping point. At one point during my chemotherapy, certain things were happening behind the scenes that were devastating to me. It really broke my heart. And the one thing that actually got me to continue wanting to live and finish my treatment was not only my family, but it was the movement that I continued to engage in. I was still doing events where I couldn't necessarily participate in everything, but just to be in that space and in sitting there and witnessing the movement and the life around me, it really made the difference. And it really helped me, my voice is really indicating my emotions about this, Being in those spaces really helped me see the possible future with me still in it. So I'm being very transparent right now because in a lot of my social medias, if you go to Facebook on Jenny's Transformation, it gives you a glossed over perspective of my treatment, especially my 16 bouts of chemotherapy. And you'll see over time I become less exuberant in my posts because behind the scenes it was incredibly hard. There's not just the emotional it's not just the physical breakdown of the chemotherapy, because let's remember chemotherapy when they at least it's still the truth to this day. When you get chemotherapy, it doesn't just target the cancer cells, right? It primarily does this takeover attack on your entire body, hoping to excavate out and seek out the tiny little cancer cells that are microscopic and unable to be traced, in hopes of obliterating it so that you can then continue to go on with your life, Unfortunately, what happens is it does attack your brain and organs and other fast-growing systems. So, I lost hair, I got very pale, I lost my taste of smell, and it got very difficult to eat. And you start to float away a little bit. My first guest, Catrice, spoke about that. You almost start feeling I felt like I was on two different planes, like here sometimes, and then most of the times floating above here somehow. So I wanted to just be a little bit honest with you about how hard it is for those of us who go through this treatment, any type of cancer, honestly. It's surreal to have to sit there without running and screaming, fight or flight response, right? And let someone inject this poison into your body. But I wanted to live. I wanted to be around for my very young children and my husband, who I adore. They're the centers of my universe. And there were some wonderful, by the way, there were wonderful alternative medicines. But at that time, back in 2014, the ones that I could find required me to completely center only on myself to heal. And like I said, the way my clock ticks and the way my system works, I need an outside focus. And my focus was my family, my husband, and my 2 children. And for them is why I wanted to stay on this plane. Yes? So I couldn't necessarily isolate myself on this there's beautiful resorts. In retrospect, I guess I should have done that. It was a vacation of 18 months that some of them were requiring. The coffee enemas, I wasn't really into. So we could just say maybe that was the tipping point, not necessarily my family. All right, well, it was my family. Yeah. So talking about this is not to bring you down. It's just to be to make everyone aware and level the playing ground in terms of awareness. Because right now we're in a time, right? We're in a time where there's quite a lot of suffering. I want to let you in on a little secret. Behind the scenes in my family, we have many, many, many accounts of just stressful events. We joke about having a whole entire show about our adventures, the trauma, but our adventures, we call them, yeah, euphemism. And we used to, it was a badge of honor that no one could see on our surface what was happening behind the scenes. And with the onset of COVID, it felt like the entire world was on the same boat as us. And now we bemoan the fact. We don't want you to understand how hard it is. And now everyone's suffering, and it just breaks my heart. And I wanted to start something like this podcast to acknowledge that in spite of the suffering, we can still find moments to center ourselves and be present. And I invite you to tune in right now to the 5 senses by inhaling through the nose, focusing the last thing that you tasted on your tongue, again, my Earl Grey tea, hearing my voice, feeling where your feet and if you're seated, sitting on your clothing on your body. And lastly, anything you want to focus your vision on, tune into those 5 senses again, please. Inhale through the nose, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep focusing on those 5 senses and remind yourself that you are safe. You're here with me. I am safe. I survived. We will be okay. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jacob, play the video. Please get comfortable, either standing or sitting. We're going to do a series of quick inhalations and exhalations through your nostrils. The action will be primarily coming from your abdominals. You're going to inhale, and 3, 2, 1, and exhale, 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 exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe normally. Roll out your shoulders. Let's go again. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, 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 exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe normally. In seated or in standing position, engage your core, elongate the back of your neck. In standing, you're going to soften your knees. Hands will come up to sternum level, elbows a little bit higher, shoulders a little bit higher than your elbows. Keep breathing in the nose and out the mouth. Hold this stance for a couple more breaths in the nose and out the mouth. In the nose and out the mouth. Eyes gaze is slightly in front of you, unfocused. Now you're going to keep holding that body position the same way. Hands will turn towards each other and you're going to hold a ball of energy. And it's going to expand as you inhale, and as you exhale, it's going to come back into itself. Inhale, expand the ball of energy. You're going to feel a warmth between your palms. And exhale, the ball is going to come in. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now your palms are going to turn downward and bring them down towards your thighs. Soften your knees even more. Inhale, raise your hands up. Extend your knees a little bit. Exhale, hands float back down. Soften your knees, float down. Inhale. And exhale. Soften the knees. Inhale, extend, straighten up. And exhale, keep feeling the back of your neck elongating. Inhale. And exhale. Swing your arms down and back up, feet together. Hands come back to your abdomen and center. Soften your knees. Bring your right hand and start swinging in front of you, bending the elbows and be like a windshield wiper out. And as it swings down, your left hand's going to swing up in a circular motion. Circular motion. Breathe in the nose and out the mouth. Now with the same foot and same arm, you're going to step out, and then other foot will step in as the other arm swings out. Breathe in and breathe out. Step out, swing arm. You can angle your body if you like, and then step in together, swing the other side. One more time, out and in. Swing your arms out and come back into center. I feel better. Do you feel better?
Yeah.
All right. So listen, when we talk about those times for us, it's a little bit, it's really triggering. It's triggering for Ari. It's triggering for me. How old were you back then?
15?
Yeah,
Right.
you're about 15, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now how old are you?
22. I think.
So I wanted to introduce to you my daughter, Ariella Cohen.
Yeah.
Say hi, say hi, yeah. So Ariella is currently a
Year-ish.
we don't count the years because with COVID, right? All timelines completely have discontinued. They're no longer relevant.
Yeah. It's more getting through it.
Yeah. Yeah. So Ariella is studying at the University of Utah online, anyways, since COVID started, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I invited her to speak on the role of movement in your life. You want to tell our audience a little bit on kind of when dance entered your life?
So I've been doing competitive activities since I was 4. I guess I forgot. It's been a long time. I started with competitive baton twirling, the metal stick with the little balls on the end.
Mm-hmm.
Really hurts if it hits you, but that was really fun. It was yeah. And then after that I did rhythmic gymnastics, which is like regular gymnastics but without the flipping, and imagine the Cirque du Soleil contortion but with like all these apparatus too. You get like a hoop and a ball and everything, and psycho coaches who are crazy and sit on you when you're in a split between chairs, and like stuff like that. Super fun. So, and then I did competitive dance after that. And I retired from those activities at about 14, I think.
Yeah, 14.
So
you dabbled in fencing for a little while?
Yeah. So most of the stuff I did was very competitive, and I ended up in some abusive situations, like verbally abusive situations with the coaches. So for a long time after I retired, it was hard for me to even want to move at all, especially dancing, because I was pretty traumatized after that experience. So the one thing that I've been able to consistently do has been Tai Chi, which we just did. And it's because, well, it took a long time to even be able to do that, honestly. Like when you get traumatized from moving, it is very difficult to get back into it. But it's been kind of relearning to do movement as a healing experience, like you talk about a lot. And we were able to find a school that teaches Tai Chi, and that's something that there's no doing it right, or you got to be better than people or stronger. It's really just, it's an inner cultivation and healing and stuff, and it puts you right in the present. And you'd be surprised when you do this stuff internally heats you up, because it's an internal martial art. So you get like sweaty just from doing the breathing stuff that we just did.
Yeah. So I welcome you to come back to this recording and to do it both in seated and also in standing, because sometimes the coordination of the arms and the cloud hands with the feet and the angles can exasperate some of us who are newer to movement. There are also many free Tai Chi on YouTube. So we welcome you to explore that. I personally, because I'm so motivated by music, I am more inclined to do Tai Chi to a low-key song that moves to me. So you're welcome to do that. Ariella has done performances where she's doing these amazing acrobatic, to us, not really to her because of her level of performance in the past, Tai Chi performances to music. But if it's okay, Ari, can I just invite you to talk about the role of Tai Chi in your recovery?
Yeah, so I talked about a lot of the stuff that's happened, and amongst her cancer treatment, there were a couple other things that happened, and all that stuff kind of held up and had a big impact on all of us. And when I was about 17, that reached like a peak in me, kind of. And I've been kind of on suicide watch since I was 17, because I had some stuff. Like a lot of stuff. And so I've been doing really intensive recovery since then. Like my mom said, a big motivation for me for my recovery is because I want to be around for my family, and it would devastate them if I wasn't here. So movement is a way to, it's a big what's the word? Think of it. A big tool for me. One of the things that I had to learn in therapy was to be present and not be stuck in the past because of all the stuff that happened to me in the past. And when I do Tai Chi, I come right into the present. It's really effective. And it's one of the things that I've just held on to use as a tool. I try to do it every day.
Is it easy?
No, it's not easy.
Is it like, do you feel like this automatic?
No.
You wake up in the morning like, I'm going to do Tai Chi?
No. You think like as an elite athlete who did this for so long, I would be like, oh yeah, it's just in me. I just do it. But no, I think it's hard for everyone to find the motivation to do it, especially when you're going through trauma and stuff. It's tough.
Trauma recovery is no joke, right?
Yeah, it's hard work. Like you said to me when I was first starting out, it's hard work, and it has been. But it is some of the most rewarding work because it helps everything. Yeah.
It keeps you present. It keeps you wanting to stay here in this lifetime.
Yeah, it does, which is, essential if you want to do anything else. Yeah.
So Could you also tell our wonderful audience that's tuning in, what other things do you like to do besides fight with me about doing Tai Chi in the morning?
In terms of movement?
Oh, outside of that, what else do you do to?
I do art, anything creative. I've done cosplay stuff, which is fun because you're just building stuff. I like to make stuff out of garbage because, you know, at least you're recycling. I do digital art, which is really fun. Just like creative storytelling kind of stuff is extremely fun as well. I play with the cats. We foster kittens all the time, and the kittens, they're really a big help if you want to stay present, because if you're not present with those little things, like, you gotta keep them alive, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I do, besides the Tai Chi, I do boxing and Muay Thai. Those are really fun too, because I mean, you also have to be present in those so you don't get dead. I mean, not like you can get dead, but like the idea is
not in training.
No, not in training.
Scare audience.
No. It's not like that. It's not like, I'm sorry. No, it's the place I went to is surprisingly a lot healthier than the dance stuff that I did.
Yes. Tell us about that.
It's actually, most of the people who go into like fighting exercise, I think, are people who have had trauma, and the place I went to, it's a very welcoming space. People like get it. They're just there to work out and feel good, you know?
Yeah.
And feel strong, because when you feel strong, you feel safer, and that's really important.
Keeps you present too.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. What's that place called again? She used to go before COVID.
Yeah, I'd like to go back soon, but
what is it called again?
Ultimate Combat Training Center in Utah.
Yeah. Shout out to Ultimate Combat. They were amazing. Yeah. Amazing, sweet bunch of people. At least the ones you trained with.
Yeah, the teachers are awesome.
Yeah,
that I trained with.
Yeah, and Ariella shared with me she loved the positive feedback, because a lot of the people who went to train weren't the Western, the Western bodies. Not that there's anything wrong, right, with being fit and thin. However, for those of us more regular people, normal size people,
little like toothpicks.
Yeah. It was really amazing, because you got to see strong women.
It's good body positivity. Yeah, I got to see people who looked like me and who I could look up to.
Yeah.
Because in my sports training, it was very much, oh, you got to be this weight, and it was extremely unhealthy. So it's really good healing stuff in that regard. I think that the biggest thing is the movement I'm going towards. I have to look at it in terms of my health and healing and stuff. It's not attaining great physical prowess can be really fun. But the main focus for me now has to be, what do I enjoy and what is good for my body, and like what makes me feel good, you know? Because otherwise I'm not going to want to do it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I wanted to also take this time out to share with you all that, it is incredibly hard for our youth now during these times. You're supposed to be out exploring the world, and many of our college students and younger kids are stuck at home if you're trying to be safe with the COVID precautions. Yeah. And it feels like part of your lives is stolen away. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
I miss being on campus and stuff. I'm not a social person, so it's not like I miss the people, but I do miss like being outside. I miss the nature.
Well, you miss your independence.
Yeah, I was taking the bus to go to school. I miss being able to do that and stuff.
And let's understand something. Ari came from a homeschooled life, right?
Yeah.
Where she never really liked people to begin with.
Yeah.
She didn't understand kids her age the first year of college, right? Because she was like, why are they taking selfies during lecture? Like, what?
Yeah,
we're in class. You're taking a selfie to post on Instagram. Why? Right? And then Aria's like, Mom, my classmate, she swore when she was talking to the teacher. She used it, was an F-bomb or something?
Yeah, well, they do everything.
Yeah. Not disparaging teacher-student relationships where that is allowed. Yes. We just, she was raised old school old school homeschool with me.
The Asian way.
The Asian way.
No,
No,
be polite.
let's clarify though, right? I didn't tiger mom you.
No, that's true. Only with safety.
Only with safety. Yep.
Yeah.
They tiger mom themselves now in college. I don't have to do
Me
nothing.
and my bro, we're just like, I didn't get an A+. I got an A-.
And I'm like, did you learn anything in the class?
And they're like, yeah.
Then
Like, it's fine then. And
Yeah.
we're like, but
yeah,
I
that's
failed.
that's my reality, what I deal with behind the stage, behind the scenes. Yeah, I do a lot. But I wanted to just talk and acknowledge, right, that during Breast Cancer Awareness Month, it's not just the person going through the treatment. Behind them are their family and friends, especially their close family, if they have, who also need the acknowledgement of how much support it takes to help the person going through the treatment, or the bereavement if the treatment is not successful or they choose not to continue with it, right? I would just ask you during October to see the joy and celebrate it with us, but also to continue to be our support system, allow us to dump out to you. And if you need to, vent about it, go to other people outside of the person you're trying to support, if that makes sense. We're going to close out with some 4-4 breathing. Breathe in the nose, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out the nose, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel all your 5 senses right now in the nose, 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel all your 5 senses right now. Stay safe, stay present. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening to Dance to Heal, Transformation Through Movement with me, Jenny C. Cohen. Come back next time to hear more stories of recovery through movement and learn more ways that you can move your body to find healing on transformationtalkradio.com. To work with me and continue your journey, visit jennyccohen.com. Are you ready to move?